I had received no further information from the builder, so I was pleasantly surprised to find that 2 workmen had got quick off the mark first thing this morning. I didn't have time to check what they were doing, but when I went up about midday, I found that they'd been installing the window sills and lounge door threshold pieces. This was a pleasant surprise, because I'd only agreed with the builder what I wanted a few days before: beige round nose for the window sills and grey straight front for the door thresholds. I had a prior appointment in the afternoon, and when I left they were well on the way to having them all in place, and sure enough, when I got back they'd finished. They looked as I'd expected them to from outside, but inside I was surprised by how much they extended beyond the face of the walls into the house. This clearly showed how thick the walls will end up being after the interior insulation and plasterboard have been added. The height of the door thresholds above the present floor level also showed how much higher the floor will be once the internal levelling screed has been added. 4 days later I was woken at 6 a.m. by rain being lashed by a strong wind, and when I went up to check, my worst fears were realised. A great deal of water had entered the house, and now it was almost impossible to remove it because of the raised door thresholds. Things then went very quiet for several days. It was January the 11th when I received the builder's proposal for solving the roof overhang problem. As soon as I saw it, I knew that it was totally unfeasible. Firstly, it relied on an overhang starting dimension at the living room end of 10 centimetres, when the actual dimensions were 7 centimetres at one end and 3 centimetres at the other. And secondly, it would have left the roof looking totally unbalanced and lower at the rear than at the front, which I did not think was acceptable. I therefore submitted a proposal of my own, which involved physically moving the roof structure backwards on the house walls. I knew from previous conversations that the builder would do anything to resist such a move, but I thought it might focus their mind and get them to spring into action. Then it was just a matter of waiting a bit longer to see what, if any, the future developments might be.